the TCS World 10K and I'm in the IDFC First Bank booth. And so actually they do provide food for all the people who are coming from IDFC First Bank over here. Veg food, non-veg food. I think they have stuff like some juices, they have brownies, they have french fries and some burgers and whatnot. Pretty much unhealthy stuff in my standards. So I just didn't take them, and of course it's only for IDFC First Bank. I could have lied and crashed, but it's fine. It's like crashing a wedding and just lying that you're here for the wedding and you know the folks who are getting wedded and things like that. Anyways, I could have just crashed and said I am actually an IDFC First Bank guy, some IT guy or whatever. Anyways, and they have photo booths over here. And, they have the digital caricature videos about, and for all their employees, right? I actually asked them, and then they said it was when I asked if it's 5 days, and then they said yes, or else they were going to actually just give it to me without even asking. And even the booth folks were assuming that I am from IDFC First Bank. When I asked for a digital poster instead of the this is about the digital caricature. When I asked for the digital poster to be shared with me instead of just giving me the physical thing, so that it's more durable easily, and they said we'll send the link to the, and then I was like, what? We'll send the link, you didn't get my number and whatnot. I figured they're talking about IDFC First Bank folks. I said I'm not from IDFC First Bank, and then they said their iPad doesn't have internet and it's actually connected, its Wi-Fi is connected to the printer, and it's hard to reconnect if it's connected to my, let's say, my Wi-Fi hotspot and whatnot. I said I'll share internet and all. Then and they had only AirDrop and all, and I didn't have an iPhone. I don't plan on ever buying an iPhone, I think. Let's see. So then they had iPhones. I knew. I was like, do you have an iPhone? They lied, no. And then I was like, can you please send it? I'll share Wi-Fi hotspot, something, somehow, please do it. And then they finally actually agreed, and they airdropped it to their iPhones and sent it to my WhatsApp, and I was very grateful. And I thanked them, and I am over here. So the IDFC First booth was great, and let me see if I can actually get into the other booths. There are some more tents over here, and let's go. One moment. So I'm just walking around. So let's take some pictures. One more. So there is apparently some company called Novo Health, and they put t-shirts. They gave t-shirts to their employees, I guess. I noticed one girl wearing Novo Health. Interesting, smart company. And I'm just taking pictures of some of the pillars over here. Just a moment. And the songs from Saregama, the concert is like pretty good. It's like pretty engaging and a lot of beats, and it's lovely. I love it. It's a lot of energy. So I think Saregama has done a great job. So I think now they are actually singing Udta Punjab songs. It's a movie that I've always wanted to see. I haven't seen it yet. I think it's about drugs in Punjab. I'm not sure though. And it has Shahid Kapoor. There are very few movies that Shahid Kapoor has done, and I love almost all of them. And I love him in general. Like his series, his movies. A lot of his movies are great. Older ones and some of the newer ones also. So one moment. So there is one tent over here, but I think it's not open for anyone. I'm not sure. So you can actually see all the partners over here. Interestingly, Saregama has not been mentioned here and all. That's why I never understood or knew that Saregama is part of it until I noticed Saregama on the website actually as one of the partners. There are many more partners that aren't being so for example, I mean there are partners like of course things like AIMS and all. I never noticed them properly first, but it was always there in the banners here. But no mention of Saregama. So I never saw it in the website, and now here in the concert that's happening. So yep, and looks like their own thing for TCS World 10K finisher. And of course you have medals. So I got the medal for it says 5.5 kilometers Maja run. So I'm guessing for the 10K it will say the 10K open 10K run. So you can see it says Bengaluru. So people have actually signed on this. I think this is the same one that was there in the bib collection where people signed on it, or this is probably another one. And I think these booths were probably more crowded in the morning. Now it's just Maja run, the 5 kilometer one, and all so much crowd and all that. But for the 10K run there was like a lot of crowd. I noticed it. And interestingly, if you see, marathons are actually 42 kilometers. So if you tell someone marathon, they'll be like, oh, you're going to run marathon, so 40 kilometers. They'll just assume it's 40 kilometers. Funnily, this one is only at 10K. But yeah, I'm not, however, feeling very fit to run a 10K as of now. But yeah, I've run a 10K before. Like once or twice I've done it. It's not easy. But I did strength training back then. In between I've paused now because of health reasons. I'm still recovering, vitamin deficiencies and whatnot, and I wasn't eating enough protein. I was a vegetarian and I wasn't eating enough meat also. So and as in no, it's a choice. So now I made the choice like I'll eat meat. Food availability was a problem. Anyways, that's a different story. I'll talk about it on a different day. And so yeah, marathons are actually 42 kilometers, and then there's half marathon that is 21 kilometers or so. Like that's not the exact number. There is some 21 point something, 42 point something, and whatnot. Full marathon, half marathon, and all. So 10K is like half of half. And then I just went for the 5K just like that, because I had already registered. And at the time when I was registering, I was like, I can do 5K. 10K is going to be hard and all. So I was mostly planning for 5Ks only. And then I planned on moving on to 10K. In between, I did run a 10K. That was very ambitious. But I also want to ensure that I sustain and not enthusiastically run one day and then stop the other day, next day itself. So yeah. But yeah, I mean TCS World 10K, you could call it like a half marathon, or like a quarter marathon, 10K, and 5K is like what 1/8 of a marathon, less than 1/8. So yeah, I mean it's a funny thing, but it's pretty popular. A lot of people who don't run on a daily basis also run and walk and whatnot. So it's a pretty great thing to actually be able to even walk 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers, because a lot of people are sedentary because they're old or they're just used to it and whatnot. In today's world, being sedentary has become very usual, and even walking has become exercise. One of my friends tells me walking is not exercise. But the funny thing is sometimes we don't even walk. So according to me, anything is an improvement. So if you are sitting and if you're walking, well, that's a great improvement. And then from walking you go to jogging, great improvement. From jogging you speed up and then you go for running, great improvement. And even with walking, if you do brisk walking and then fast walking and whatnot, great improvement. And then from that to really racing and whatnot, awesome. Sprinting and whatnot, or marathons and whatnot, awesome. So yeah, I mean booths over here. So there's Tata EVs. It says move with meaning. So that Tata is making a connection with moving running, moving, and moving with meaning. So say moving for a cause and things like that. Say Tata EV is a EV company, so moving for cleaner energy, moving with meaning and like cause for cleaner energy than say petrol. Of course, Tata has like petrol, but Tata EV is like completely going for EV, right? So yeah. So this IDFC First Bank, another booth, interesting one, journey to the start, and they're kind of trying to talk about starting a savings bank account or something like that. And then there is this booth by Fuse. It says loser is the hunger, and hunger loses and you win, you're the winner. And then there is a small booth by Hero Vida, and this test requires no preparation and stuff like that. So sorry, no. So yeah, what else? There's like this one more booth by Sobisco. So over here, so there's some cool car over here. I think this is by the army. It says Loco Bear something. Anyways, I'm guessing it's by the army. It looks like I can see the emblem over here. So yeah, anyways, and this is Sobisco's thing booth. Snap, smile, Sobisco, capture your running moments. And then IDFC First Bank's another booth where you can put your name and take a picture. I think I'll do that in a moment. What else? There is some company called Hyperrise. Do what you love more, and I never noticed this company before until I finished the event, and then this is the first thing that I see after finishing the event. You finish the event and you come through this, and then you actually get your goodie for Sobisco food and all, and you come here and you see this directly after coming from here. So you see this directly, so it's like a good place to put your banner. So it says Hyperrise Recovery Zone, do what you love more. So I wonder what this company, heard of them before. Also on the same note of like marketing and advertising, I noticed some more people wearing many t-shirts. I think one thing was called Monk something, I forgot. It's some drink company. I think a lot of people were wearing those t-shirts. So Hypervolt Pro, actually a big booth over here. It says Hyperrise. So it's a Spectrum Physio. Okay, it's a physio company, I think, companion to Comfort Physique. They didn't print it really well. It's actually very pixelated, bad printing, but it's fine. So apparently they've done 5 lakhs treatments, corporate sessions 5,000, sports events, thousands of them, specialists 50, locations 10 and all not. And they also have Virat Kohli as one of their ambassadors or advertising persons. I can see Virat over here. And there's a recovery zone, and I'm guessing they had people, teach stretching over here, because mats, a lot of mats over here. So they probably did self stretches or partner stretches, and I can see actually something called Viper over here. I think they have some equipments. So they have some equipment, something called Viper. It says footballer athlete over here. Let's see what's this called. It says, okay, so Erling Haaland is ambassador. Okay, it's a professional footballer, Hyperrise athlete. So this guy is actually a professional footballer. His name is, I don't know much of football, so his name is Erling Haaland. And then there's Virat Kohli, of course, you can see him here. Professional cricketer, Hyperrise athlete. So he's using Hypervolt 2. This guy is using Viper. I think this is a foam roller. I don't know what is Hypervolt 2, but and then there's a Venom back. I think it's like some sort of belt. And then Venom Go. It sticks to the back, I think. And then some Venom Hyper. And then Viper 3. And then Viper Go. And then some more stuff over here. So some leg stuff over here, like Normatic, I don't know, Normatic Go, Normatic and whatnot. You can see Normatic, and then this one says Normatic Go. I think they have equipments, and then they have people probably helping them to stretch and recover and whatnot. I'll probably grab some water bottles. It's been long since I drank water. After the run, I just drank 500 ml of water. So I'm just gonna go grab water and then do more of this running around and seeing. Running around, not walking around. I'll call it running around. Then I'm just walking around as of now. I'll just run around and just check out other booths and whatnot, and also check out the Saregama thing, and probably eat something, maybe bananas, and probably head back home and head back to my hostel. Basically, it's not home. It's a small room, and probably just eat some chicken or something. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.